We've got beautiful steamed whole sea bream with some wonderful selection of different spices. Oyster sauce, Shaoxing wine, ginger, bit of lemongrass in there, that kind of thing.
Okay, it's quite unusual for you, really.
Not really.
Really?
No, not really.
You like all those flavours?
To me, this is very easy, very great cooking. Shall we get started?
Go on then.
Right,
what do you want me to do?
If you can take the zest off the limes, and then I want you to cut them into little segments for me, and we're going to do a little bit of sweet and sour lime with this dish.
Okay.
While I talk about this wonderful fish.
Right.
We've got sea bream. Now, I got a lot of my inspiration for this recipe, believe it or not. Years ago, I was on holiday, sat on a beach, which sounds quite cool, doesn't it? But and I don't do that a lot, believe me, I'm usually at work. But I was in the Far East, and the lady cooked this, and the closest fish I can use is like what we have in British waters, sea bream. They had an Asian-type bream fish. Very good on price. This is very, very good this time of year. This has been scaled and gutted, OK? So if you run your fingers on it, you're not going to get any scales. You actually eat the skin if you want, or you can peel it off, guys, when you eat it at the moment.
It's a bit like sort of John Dory in terms of there's plenty of meat on there.
Yeah. In the continent, it's also called dorade as well. Which is, you know, what they use on the terminology. I'm going to serve it head on, but a lot of people don't like it. If it was my missus, she said, "Oh, it's looking at me." You know, it's one of them. So, but I'm going to leave it on. We're going to get a sharp.
Did she say anything about when you left the house with that jumper on?
She chose it, mate.
Did she?
Yeah, you know, it's get all trendy and everything. I'm getting down with the kids. Everything's been taken off it, the scales-wise. I'm going to make 3 incisions. I've already done the other side. You were rambling on about my top. But the idea is this really helps the flavour impregnate into the fish as it cooks, and it retains the moisture, which is very, very important. We're going to pack out the fish. I'm just going to get a clean knife, wash my hands.
Now, mackerel as well you could use for this.
Definitely, mackerel. At this time of year as well, if you wanted to go for a flat fish and use something what we call a tranche, which is on the bone, you could definitely use brill's very good at the moment, I think, as well.
A good thing about keeping the head on the fish is you get to eat all the beautiful cheeks, too.
Exactly. Flavour.
Beautiful parts.
All about the flavour, definitely.
You're really selling this, Nick. There you go.
Cheeks.
Right, so I've got 2 bowls here. We're going to go Shaoxing wine in one of them, which is a rice wine. Touch of fish sauce, which is lovely fermented, strong, salty flavour. I'm not using salt myself. Oyster sauce. Go for the good stuff. You can get the cheap variety. Go for the better stuff if you can. The juice of an orange, so I'll just slice that in half. If you can put your lime zest in there, please. And then
all of it?
Yeah, go on. Actually, no. Do about 3/4. Either the rest. Oh, that's great. Right, I'll take that little bit there. OK, right. Can you, as well, slice me chilli?
Right.
That'd be fantastic. Bang the chilli in there. In the meantime, I've got 2 bowls. There's a reason why. I'm just going to bat out a bit of lemongrass. And we're going to pack the fish. We're going to pack the fish with Kefir lime leaves. So we rip some of them up. Touch of your lime zest.
Right.
Touch of lemongrass.
Where's the chilli going? In there?
The chilli's going in your bowl, yeah.
All right.
OK. So that gets ripped up. I'm going to take the lemongrass. Just doesn't have to be, you know, really small. I just want that lovely citrusy, oily flavour to come out of it, which is fantastic.
So you want all this chilli in there?
Yeah, it's quite a big one. So yeah, a little bit more. Lovely, looking good. OK,
so
right.
the Kefir and lime leaves, you can freeze these really well.
Yeah, you can.
You can have them dried.
They freeze beautifully, and you know, as you've torn them up and you've bruised them, you bring out all that aroma.
Exactly.
For curries, for all sorts of things.
Very much so. For Southeast Asian cooking. Well, I noticed when I was there, they used it a lot. They use it in loads of different things. And also, you know, like curry paste that you buy, you get a lot of that in curry paste and that kind of thing. I'm going to add a little bit of ginger. I'm just using one of these. You can just use a box grater if you want. Just a bit of that there as well.
How many of these do you want?
Actually, 1.5 will be fine, James. That'd be great.
Right.
OK, so a touch of ginger, just scrape that off. In that goes there. And then the rest of the ginger, if you use that bigger grater, can you put some of that, about a tablespoonful, into that marinade mixture?
No problem.
Cool, right. While you're doing that, we grab all of these ingredients up.
Now, the last time you were on, you extended your empire, didn't you? You had this little cafe?
Yeah, well, we've got TANNER's, which is, believe it or not, now we're coming into the new year. I'm into my 13th year of business.
13th year?
We are business teenagers, which is quite cool. Brasserie, 6 years old, because that's I opened that a week after my daughter was born, and she's 6 soon, so that's coming up. And the cafe we've had now for what? I suppose it's been about 6-7 months. So yeah, you know, you're just cracking on with stuff. You know, I love it.
And you've been doing a new book, is that right?
Yes, the other one went really well.
So I'm concentrating because I'll end up grating my fingers in this.
You don't. I'll talk. You grate, all right?
Yeah.
Right now,
do you want all this?
No, about a tablespoon.
All right.
That's fine. Okay, yeah, no, so yeah, the last one went very well, and I've been asked to do another one, which is lovely to be asked, actually, and we're good ideas, different stuff. It's going to be called Tanner's Twists, and it's traditional recipes, but with a little bit of a twist to it, your own kind of thing going on, and just fun food, something for the family, something to cook at home, that kind of thing, you know, not too chefy. And no, really, you know, it's interesting researching recipes, and also, you know what the work goes into books. You've done loads. It takes up a lot of your time, but very enjoyable. Spring onions. I'm reserving some back for the presentation at the end. In the meantime, the white of the spring onion, which is the strong flavour, we're going to pack it. If I just turn this around, you guys can see better.
Let me put that there.
Okay.
So then you can see. Yep.
Right, okay. So there we go. So we got the Kefir lime leaves in, or kaffir lime leaves, a bit of lemongrass, spring onions, that kind of thing. Yep. This stuff, we just give it a little mix up.
Do you want any of this in it?
No, not yet.
All right.
Calm down, calm down. Right, and then what we're going to do is we pour this over the top. Okay?
Yep.
So there you go. Now you get a bamboo steamer set up, or a metal steamer. A wok would be fantastic.
Yep.
Simmering water, okay? And then all we do is we grab that. Here's one I've got done, obviously, because of time. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook through.
Right.
I'm going to add that there. Now, just before we bang that in there. Yes, please. We've got some Szechuan peppercorns, cracked, already pre-cracked. That goes over the top, okay?
Yeah.
On with the lid.
Now, these are the hot ones. They're
Yeah,
quite hot, aren't they, if you get...
The ones that make your mouth tingle in the palate, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing is, you eat this, and that's the whole idea, this, the citrus, the ginger and everything else, beautiful. OK, we've also got some garlic chives as well. Oh. These have got a wonderful flavour. I'm going to bang a few of
you
them
put on that before it cooks?
Yeah, a bit in there as well, yeah. And
Don't
then you
forget
leave
you
it.
find James's recipe along with all the other studio recipes from today's show on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Right, now steamed rice.
Sticky rice, James.
Yeah.
Here we go. So look, we've got this stuff here. This has been soaking, minimum, you've got to do it for 3 hours, all right?
Right.
If not, do it overnight. It's a glutinous short grain
right?
rice.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm just checking.
Thank you, Chef. You don't believe me, do you? I just made it up. Right.
Yeah, go on then.
I'm going to drain it off. And again, this takes about... I've deliberately done this because it takes the same time to cook, more or less, as the fish. This probably takes about 5 to 10 minutes longer. But what we got here is... You can use a clean J-cloth, would be perfectly fine with this as well, OK? Steamer set up. Colander.
Yep.
Whatever your choice. J-cloth, muffling cloth, no salt, nothing, OK? In there.
Yep.
Push down. Wrap it back up. Cook it for 10 to 15 minutes with a lid on. There's a little bamboo lid, look. Bang that on. 10 to 15 minutes later, undo it all, fluff it up with a fork, put it back down, cook it for another 10. So put your rice on first, put your fish on, chill out, go and watch a rerun at Christmas time, you know, and all that kind of thing. Do whatever you want to do. Now, here, this one's cooked through. Just turn off the heat.
That's good. Do you want a spoon for that?
No, I'm going to do a little turnout, James. We're going to flip this bad boy. Come on. Right.
Live life on the edge, don't you?
Well,
hey? In Plymouth.
You've got to have chef's hands for that, by the way, because that was quite hot. But that's cool. did that make sense?
I told you his brother does all the cooking.
Here we go.
There you go. Right.
Flip it up. Then we're just going to lift off that. And, you know, if you want, you know, that kind of dinner party-ish thing, or you're chilling out, or we're having a drink now and a little cocktail and all that kind of stuff, bam it all out on the table and help yourselves kind of thing. Have a cut of the fish done. Just pull this up.
Ooh.
All right, you can put a spoonful... I'll grab you a spoon in a second. Cheers, man.
There you go.
Nice spoonful on there, James, while I try and tackle
So you've got a
this
scarf
fish.
now to match your jumper.
Thank you. Very nice.
There you go.
I could put the headband on like you used to back in the day.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Come on, huh? I remember that, James.
Shut up and get the fish on the plate. Where's this going?
Spoonful of that on the back corner. I'm not going to be able to pick the fish up with a ladle. Do not try this at home. Grab yourself a good fish slice. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're just going to grab a fish. And now, with the fish, notice it's not all falling apart on me. You just want it so it's only just cooked. We're going to grab, exactly, some of the juices over the top.
How long is that going there for?
15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
Some of the juices over the top. James, we've got some little coriander shoots. And with the lime, now, at this last stage, touch of water is in there with a sprinkling of sugar. Just to give it, you want it so it's literally raw, it's got a bit of bite. Let that sugar dissolve. I've got my spring onion ends.
These are these. You can get these in the supermarket. They started to grow these, aren't they?
Yep,
well,
beautiful.
You can buy them already.
Sesame oil, James, and sesame seeds. You put the oil on at the end. Don't cook with it. Okay. Bit of that over the top, and then we've got a sweet and sour lime where it's literally just dissolved. A few of them over the top. Yep. You finish off with me. I think that looks fantastic, huh?
A little bit of that. So remind us what that is again.
This is my steamed Asian-style bream, I suppose, with sticky rice.
Not bad, that.
For New Year's Eve, we're in our hometown of Winchester.
And what better way to welcome in 2012 than with fantastic food and gorgeous wines to go with it.
So let's do it. James's sea bream dish is the perfect antidote to rich Christmas food and turkey curry. And one really good option when you're looking to match a wine to Asian-style food is to go for rosé, something like this full, fruity Australian rosé.
But, Mr. Martin, sir, we couldn't possibly ruin your New Year's Eve by making you drink rosé. And just as importantly, the bright citric flavours in this dish really cry out for a tangy and aromatic style of white wine. So it will come as no surprise that we are going for a Riesling, this delicious Thornbury Waipara Riesling from New Zealand.
Riesling's home from home is Germany, but when it's grown in countries such as Australia and New Zealand, the wines tend to be drier and much more limey in character, which is just what we need to pick up on the citric flavours and especially that lime dressing in James's dish.
Now, this is a crisp style of wine, but it has real succulence for the sea bream and the chili. It also has wonderful depth of flavour, which we need to offset the richness of the oyster sauce and the ginger. But the main thing is, in its zestiness, it just does a brilliant job of refreshing the palate between mouthfuls.
James, you've given us a brilliant, uplifting dish to take us into the new year.
And here is a gorgeous wine to celebrate with.